Hello there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you've never been here before. I am Anita and this is Sewing Yogi. So Friday Sews is here again, and I must apologise because I didn't do a Friday Sews last Friday. I'm not quite sure what happened. The week went by in a blur and I don't know, I just didn't get much sewing done. I just felt like I was in a bit of a fog, to be honest. Didn't really get anything done. I felt like I wasn't really sort of existing. It was a bit of a weird state I was in. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, didn't get anything done. I had a bit of a headache I think it was on the Thursday when I was about to do some filming. And then on the Friday, I just didn't get a chance to do anything. So I thought, well, I'll leave it for this once and then catch up with you this week. So here I am. And thank you to all the amazing, wonderful comments that I've had. So helpful. I've had some really good comments, great information that I'm really pleased about. And thank you to all the amazing subscribers. So welcome if you're a new subscriber. Thank you for joining me and thank you for watching. And if you're not subscribed, then please do subscribe if you like what you see today. So first off, what have I been up to? Well, as you may be able to see, I have another spring dress on. I got my second spring dress made. Now, I must admit, when I saw the fabric, I thought this is great fabric. It's going to be great for spring. It's going to be fabulous for the summer. However, I'm thinking that maybe I need a little bit of a tan. I need a little bit of a tan to pull this one off because it's just a little bit, not sure it goes with my white pasty skin at the moment. So I'm going to fake tan before I wear this one. But I'll stand back and I'll show you this dress. I absolutely love it. It's just like the first one, fantastic, amazing. I think this is probably like, I've just had a breakthrough this pattern. I think this pattern was made for me. I just love it so much. But anyway, I'll stand back and let you see. So here it is. Here's my spring dress, my second spring dress. I love it. I think it's wonderful. I've just left everything exactly the same with the length and the arm length, everything the same. I did slightly take it in a little bit around the waist area. So I think I'd gone from in between an 8 and a 10 for the chest last time. And then I went out to a 10 for this part here. Whereas I've literally just kept it between an 8 and a 10 down to the waist because it is very, very roomy. And I love it. I think it's so, so pretty. I really love and adore this fabric. I'm really, really pleased with it. I just love it. So yeah, but I do think I need a little bit of fake tan on my pasty legs. So yeah, I will do that. I'll have some, I'll get my fake tan out and do that before I wear this. But yeah, I love it. I think it's such a beautiful pattern. I love this pattern. What can I say? I love it. But yeah, thought I'd let you know that I've got that made. So, and then what else have I got to chat about? I have been shopping again. And I have purchased some patterns. Now, Sew Over It sent out an email. I think they may have still this on, I'm not sure. They're selling off their patterns, their paper patterns, because they're getting all their new patterns redesigned. So I think the cover's just redesigned. So they're getting rid of all their old ones. And I pretty much have most of their patterns. And so I didn't really need any more, to be honest. But I have been looking at their coats for a while, and I already have, sorry, it's just down here. I already have the 1960s coat, which I purchased when it came out. I haven't made it yet, and I've seen this coat loads of times on other people on Instagram, and it looks lovely. And I wasn't really sort of convinced that I would wear it. I just thought, you know. But as they were selling this off, I just thought I'm going to get it. So I've got the Sew Over It Chloe coat. And I'm probably not going to make this until the winter time, but I thought, well, I'll get it as it's going on offer. I think it was reduced to £8 as opposed to, I think they're £15 normally. So yeah, I just thought, well, I'll get that pattern ready for winter time and I can give that a go. I think it's quite a simple coat, and I think I'd probably make the version with the little scarf. So I quite like the little scarf on there. I think that's quite nice. With materials for those things, I always struggle with coat materials because I don't want any wool content in the material or fabric that I use. So I'm trying to find alternatives. Now it does say you can use viscose linen, and I assume that's more of a summery version. And the other ones, I don't know what they're made out of. I don't know whether there's wool in tweed or Melton or jacquard. I don't know what jacquard is. I've never bought any jacquard. So if you know any sort of coating fabrics, that would be good, that don't contain wool, because obviously I'm vegan and I'm allergic to wool. I can't have wool near my skin. My skin just flares up. I feel like I'm on fire basically. My skin just goes red and it feels like it's burning, so I can't wear any wool or anything with animal fibres or products in it at all. So yeah. And then I also bought the Meredith dress. Now I've been looking at this one for a long time, and I thought I'm probably not going to wear this because it's more of a workwear sort of dress, something that you'd wear for work. And of course I don't have a job to go to in terms of dressing up, so I thought, oh, I won't bother buying this. But then when it was on offer, I was like, I'll just get it. So yeah, I've got that one now, and I thought, well, it might be quite nice to wear on a night out. It might be a nice evening out dress in some jersey, some nice jersey. I do have the Georgie one, which I think again is a really nice sort of wrap jersey pattern. So I didn't really probably need that one, but it was £8, and I thought, yeah, buy it. And then all the other patterns that were on offer, I've already got them, so I don't need any more. I pretty much own every single sew over it pattern there is, so I don't need to buy any more patterns from them. And then I bought a jumpsuit pattern. So this pattern is a fairly new pattern, and I did ask them when it came out, when they put a call out for pattern testers. I actually said, I'll be a pattern tester, I'll do it, because I thought this pattern was really lovely. But they already had lots of people in my size ready to do it, so they didn't want me. And then the lady did email me again for when they did other sleeve variations of this pattern. And again, I was like, yes, I'll do it. And then she was like, oh no, we don't need any more in your size. So I didn't get to do it. But anyway, this is the pattern. It's a Sew Love pattern. Yeah, Sew Love patterns. And it's a lovely jumpsuit. I just think this is so beautiful. I love it. I love any style top bodice where it has an extra panel there. So that sort of yoke thing there that's going on, and then little gathers in the bust area. And it has darts on the front of the trousers, and I think it's got pockets, and then darts down the back. I just think it's so beautiful. I really, really love this pattern. So yeah, I bought that because it was on offer. It was discounted by about 20% off, I think. And I literally just caught it right at the end. I hadn't noticed, I hadn't looked on Instagram, and I hadn't noticed it. And then as soon as I did, I was like, oh, buy that. So I bought that, and I can't wait to make that. I'm not sure when I'm going to make it, but I am going to make it this summer. Because I really, really love it. Anyway, that's that. And I think that's it as far as patterns that I bought. There probably are some others that I bought, but I've forgotten. I've blanked them from my mind. Spending too much money again. So anyway, the t-shirt that I made for my dad, he absolutely adores, by the way. He loved it. Bless him, bless his little socks. He thought it was just amazing. So I had some fabric left over from that fabric I used, which is a stripy jersey. It's like a viscose jersey. And I just thought, well, I've only got enough for making a t-shirt for me. My husband was like, oh, have you got enough to make me a t-shirt? I was like, no, there's not enough for you. There's enough for me, but not you. So I've cut out this pattern here, which is the Simple Sew pattern. Is it Simply Sew? Simple Sew? Yeah, Simple Sew pattern. And it's from the Shannon collection. And this pattern comes with trousers, which this is the reason I bought this pattern, was for these trousers. I really thought these trousers or pants, whatever you want to call them, were lovely because I love the little button detail down them. I still haven't made them yet. I bought this pattern about 2 years ago. But it has a little t-shirt or a sort of t-shirt dress that comes with this pattern. So I just had enough to cut out this little pattern here, this t-shirt. It's just a bog standard t-shirt really. I'll show you there. Will it focus? Yeah. It's just that little plain t-shirt, and I've cut that out. I haven't had a chance to make it up yet because I'm so in love with doing this. This took me about 2 weeks to make. And yeah, so I've cut that out. That's ready to get made up. So yes, and then this last week, not last week, was it last week? Yeah, no, last week, the week that I didn't do a vlog anyway. I traced off the Fiona sundress from Closet Core Patterns because I said previously in a previous vlog I was going to try and attempt this one. I didn't give a specific date as when I was get this done because it looks really complicated. It's got princess seams, which is stressing me out already thinking about it, but I will do it. And I thought, well, I'll trace this off. But to be honest, after tracing it off, I'm traumatized from just tracing it off because there's about 100 pieces to this dress. It's so many pieces in this dress pattern. I think there's something like 20, I might be making it up, but I think there's about 22 pieces or something. It's just, I was like, what the hell? So all this paper here, this is all just the me tracing off these pattern pieces. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I did decide to trace off both versions because I was umming and ahhing. I was like, which one should I do? I did say previously I was just going to do the short one, but then I thought, oh, the longer one looks nice. But as opposed to most patterns where they just give you the long version and then tell you to cut it off at the short, this actually gives you 2 variations. So you have to do 2 versions of this skirt. So there's pattern pieces for this version and then pattern pieces for this version. So I was there forever. Took a large chunk of my week, that did, to just trace it off. And I was so traumatised once I'd done it. I thought, I don't want to make that now. I just think I need a rest from that pattern. Can't stand looking at that pattern for the moment. I'm just going to get back to that at another time. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave that one. And then also I wanted some advice from anyone who has any idea what I can do with this pattern. So this is a Heidi, Sew Over It Heidi top. I made this, I think it was last January. Yeah, it was probably last January I made this. I love this so much. And it's a lovely sort of crepe fabric. However, they tell you in the pattern, the instructions to put ribbon in the inside. So I used a ribbon on that side. However, the ribbon on this side that ties to that piece has fallen off. It just frayed away and fell off. So what do I do to this now? How do I make this work? So I didn't know whether to just stitch in some ribbon because it is only going on the inside, so no one's going to see it. But then I thought, that's probably going to look a bit rubbish. Is it going to be strong enough to just if I just stitch in some ribbon, or maybe even just use something else, not ribbon, because I don't think the ribbon was strong enough. Has anyone got any ideas of what I can put on that bit there so that it can attach to that ribbon inside? So obviously that's where it wraps on the inside there, and then this one comes round. And then obviously it joins that one there. So that one, the outside one, is fine. It's just the bit that goes on the inside that's messed up, and it's been hanging up there. You might have seen it in all my other vlogs up on that door there. It's just been sat there hiding behind the ironing board, and I just keep looking at it thinking, I've got to sort that out, but I just don't know what to do with it. So any advice would be very welcome as to what I can do with this to make it wearable again, because I really love this. I really like the feel of it. It's such a lovely, lovely top. It's very time consuming, this Heidi pattern. I think I've said this before. So once you've made it, you don't really want to not wear it because it's just so involved. All these gatherings that you have to do on the back yoke and on the waist seams, on the peplum. So much gathering. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. So I really want to get that fixed. Any advice? That would be fabulous. And so also I have participated in the Me Made May this time. I've never done this before because I've always felt previous years I've never had enough garments to fill up the whole of May. And in fact, I don't think I have enough Me Mades yet, even now. But I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to dip in and dip out when I feel I can. So I've done a couple of days where I've just put up on Instagram my Me Mades. And I'm just going to do it when I can. I'm not going to put pressure on myself and worry about it too much, because some days I literally don't get out my yoga gear. You know, I'm either doing yoga all day or going for a run or literally just staying in my pajamas. I look, you know, some days I just look horrendous, and I think there's nothing Me Made going on. So I just think I'm going to leave those days and not worry about them too much. And on the days that I do have a Me Made, I will put them on there. So if you're not following me on Instagram, and I know there was a lady that asked about my Instagram username. So my username is, and I'll put it along the bottom as I say this, Anita_sewing_yogi. So it's Sewing Yogi with my name at the front with underscores in there. That's all they had available when I was trying to do my username. That's all I could have. I think there was another one that I could have had, but I preferred this one. So yeah, so if you want to follow me on the Instagram, then that's great. And I put all my makes up on there. So it's, you know, mostly sewing stuff. I do put some yoga stuff on there, but not very often, to be honest. It's mostly my sewing, because that's what I'm obsessed with. But yeah, so I thought I'd give that a go. And, you know, I thought it's quite a nice little challenge, isn't it? Because you can see what sort of clothes you have and what you don't have. And of course, I don't think I do have that many Me Mades. I do have a lot of dresses that I've made, and I don't tend to wear dresses every day. So I think that when I started sewing, I just went mad and made a load of dresses, when in fact I probably could have done with making things like trousers, pants. And you know, as one lady asked me about on the comments, yoga gear. I don't make my own yoga stuff, my own yoga clothes, and partly because I'm a bit afraid, and secondly because I haven't found a good pattern. And this lady did suggest, you know who you are, kind lady that offered this information to me, that there was a free pattern out there for yoga trousers or yoga pants, specifically because when I go to purchase these things, they don't show you the gusset area. Now the gusset area is integral if you do yoga. You can't just have a regular seam where you just have two seams meeting and that kind of, you know, joint. That doesn't work in yoga gear. You have to have a special gusset, so it's like a diamond shape that sits in the gusset, and you need this for stretch. You need to be able to stretch, you know, your legs basically in yoga poses. And I actually wear my yoga gear when I run. I wear yoga trousers running because I find them more comfortable than just regular running gear. So yeah, I only have probably I'd say about 3 pairs that I find that they are actually comfortable. So I do want to make some for myself, because I think it would be much nicer to have my own. So yeah, I'm going to get this pattern that this lady suggested, the free pattern. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I will write it along the bottom. So if is anyone interested, then this, you know, have a go at this free pattern before you maybe try out a pattern that you can buy. Now I know there's lots of vloggers out there say that the Green Style Creations pants that they do are really, really good. There's ones for running, and I think there's ones for yoga, there's ones for just general exercise and that kind of stuff. So I was going to have a go at one of those at one point, but I think I'm going to have a go at this free pattern first, and then, you know, try out the Green Style Creations one. I am a little bit nervous, and I don't know why, because I imagine that they're actually quite simple to make. I think it's probably because it's not the most exciting thing in my view to make, because I wear them all the time. They are quite boring for me. It's just like, you know, and also they get worn out really super fast. So when I used to teach hot yoga in a hot room, and if you've never heard of hot yoga, it's basically in a room with 40-degree temperatures. You sweat like crazy, and they get ruined because they're constantly in the washing machine. And after, I'd say a good 2 months, they're done. You can't be precious about your yoga gear. Like, I don't ever spend a lot of money on them ever, because they get ruined so fast. And so I gave you a little sneaky preview at the beginning of my new thing that I've started to do. And this is my knitting. I've started knitting. Now, I used to knit when I was very young. I was about 9, maybe 8, 9 or 10. I used to knit with my mum, used to knit, and I would sit watching her, and I think she used to get fed up with me watching her, so she ended up buying me some child's knitting needles, and so I used to sit there knitting, and I just used to do a straightforward garter stitch, and I think she did show me how to do a purl stitch, etc., and all that kind of stuff, but I'd forgotten. And I noticed there's a lovely friend of mine on Instagram who I've never met. It's an Instagram sewing friend, and she's so lovely, and she started knitting, and she put this pattern up on her page and said it was free, and her pattern, her cardigan looked so beautiful. I just thought, oh, I really want to have a go again at knitting. So I said, you know what, I'm going to try and give it a go. I don't know whether I'm going to be any good at it, because I was a young child when I started knitting, and I mean, of course, it weren't probably very good. I used to knit things like coasters, scarves, that kind of thing, and, you know, I didn't really attempt anything amazing when I was small. But, you know, I thought I'm going to give it a go. So I went online, found some cheap-ish knitting needles. Now, these are the round knitting needles, circular knitting needles, because this is what this pattern calls for. So yeah, I went online and I found on Amazon that they had some knitting needles, circular needles in a pack. So you've got lots of different sizes. So I think they went down from 2, or maybe even smaller than that, to I think 8 or 9. There were some that were kind of in between sizes as well. I think, you know, 4.5, 5.5, that kind of thing in this pack. And I thought, well, you know, I won't mind paying the amount. I think it was only £10 or something. I don't mind paying that £10. And if I'm no good at it, then I can just give these away to someone else. And I went and purchased some yarn, which is 100% acrylic, I think. Again, I can't have wool. And I literally purchased this yarn from a discount store here in the UK called B&M, and this was like £2.50 a ball. So I thought, you know, that's quite good. If I don't make a good job of this, it doesn't matter. So I didn't want to spend loads of money on my first attempt. But you know what? This wool's actually, well, I say wool, this yarn is actually really nice. It's really, I think it's really nice and soft and bouncy, and it seems to be doing an okay job on my little bit of knitting. I mean, this is all I've got done so far. This is like literally the amount. This has probably taken me a good week. It's been about a good week worth of knitting there. To be fair though, I have been practicing. I've been doing lots of different gauges because I've got the knitting needle size wrong first time. So anyway, yes, I bought this yarn. I started to do this. I've got loads of different little swatches, or the little things that you have to make. What are they called? Gauge swatches. Of course, my first attempt, stitches were massive, and then the next one was a little bit better. But yeah, so anyway, whatever the pattern's called for, I've had to go down 3 knitting needle sizes. So I think I've just bought the wrong yarn. I think I perhaps needed a smaller or thinner yarn. But you know what? I've paid for this yarn now. It's going to get made. So, do you know what I mean? I'm not wasting this. So yeah, and the pattern, I'll put up a little picture of what the pattern is. It's a free pattern, and my Instagram friend advised that I got this free pattern, and then found that there was a tutorial of how to make this from an amazing lady. You probably already know of this lady if you're a knitter. I think it's called Very Pink Knits. I'll put the thing in along the bottom here, along the bottom of the page if I've got that wrong. But I think her page is, Very Pink Knits, I think it's called. And she's amazing. Absolutely amazing, this lady. And I've watched quite a few of her tutorials now of just literally how to do a knit and a purl, because I'd forgotten it all. And it's so strange because obviously I'd done this when I was younger. And as soon as I started to do it, I remembered, and I was like, oh yeah, of course, I remember. And the casting on, I remember the casting on. I think I did a different version of casting on when I was younger. I think my mum showed me a way that was probably the easiest for me at that time. But yeah, I mean, I must have known about it because I remembered it. So she may have shown me a few ways of how to cast on, and I just chose the one that was suited to more me. But yeah, and I thought, you know what, even if this doesn't get made till Christmas, which is probably the likelihood, because this is all I've got done so far. I mean, I'm still in the middle. I've just literally stopped to show you this. But this is like the neck, or this is the top of the cardigan here. And yeah, so we shall see what happens with that. But I thought I'd let you know about that. And I'm going to put the links down for this lady who does the knitting. You probably already know about her, but if not, go and look at her page. She's fabulous, she's amazing. So if you wanted to learn how to knit, I would recommend her vlogs definitely. And this free pattern, you know, you probably could find easier things to knit if you're first knitter and you've never knitted anything before. But like I say, I like to throw myself in the deep end and just go for it. I don't want a scarf, I want a cardigan. So that's what I'm getting. It may be shoddy, it may have, I mean, I can see already that there's bits on this that look really bad, but I'm not unpicking it. I'm going to carry on because it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. I just think give it a go, and it's great for wearing around the house if it looks a bit, you know. So yeah, that's my next thing, and that's probably what's given me that's what sidetracked me actually from sewing, because of my new thing with the knitting. I'm a little bit obsessed. I get like that. I don't know if anyone else gets like that. Then you find something new, you become a little bit sort of obsessed with it, and that's all you can think about. So I've literally been dreaming about knitting, and in fact I've been dreaming about my mum showing me how to knit, weirdly. But yeah, so that's all I've been getting up to this week. I haven't got much to show you, unfortunately. I haven't even attempted the shirt. You know, I'm going to get this shirt done though this week. I'm going to get onto that today. I'm going to get that shirt cut out for my husband, if you're wondering where this shirt is. And I know there's a few of you that are interested in watching about this shirt because you've commented on this. So I promise you I will get it done. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm definitely going to do it. If I don't ever let anyone down, in my view, if you say you're going to do something, I do it. So I will get it done. And I'm going to get it done this week because my husband's sort of saying, have you started that shirt yet? I'm like, oh, no, not yet. I'm obsessed with my knitting at the moment. I'll get round to that shirt at some point. But I am going to do the shirt. So I'm going to film it as well. Probably not while I'm making the twirl, because the twirl will be the boring bits of me just trying to fit it on my husband and him moaning at me and me not wanting to shout at him too much. I'll try not to shout at him too much. And then when I've got that down, I've got the sizing down, then I'll do a film of me making the actual shirt, because that's the most important bits. I'm assuming the bits that are going to be the most difficult is the collar. Yeah, and there's also, if I put a picture up again of this shirt pattern, the back has a little pleat in it just underneath the yoke, and my husband looked at that and was like, I don't want the pleat, I don't want that pleat. And I was like, why, what's wrong with the pleat? I don't want the pleat. I was like, okay, so I've got to take the pleat out. So I've got to work out how to take out the pleat. I'm assuming it's just a case of taking out the amount that pleat would, take up, if that makes sense. So just eliminate the amount of material, so say if it's about 4 centimetres or a couple of inches, and just remove that and then just have it lying flat instead of it pleating. I'm assuming that's what I've got to do. But yeah, I'll go through all that anyway when I do the shirt. Another thing I've just remembered, I'm always doing this, aren't I? So my friend wanted a dress that I made her last year. She had I'm trying to think why I made her this dress. Oh, it was her birthday. It was her birthday and we were in lockdown and I couldn't get to her. So I made her a dress, and it's a beautiful dress I've made myself. It's a McCall's pattern, and I'll put the picture up here because I can't recall what it's called at the moment. And it's like a sort of halter neck, really sort of loose fitting, nice sort of summery dress very easy to wear dress, and I made it so I could wear it in the garden and the beach and that kind of sort of thing. It's a holiday dress. So I made her this dress and she loved it, but I made it in a floral sort of kind of crepe sort of fabric. And, you know, she loved it. She said she loved it. She thought it was the best thing she's ever seen in her whole life. She loved wearing it. She looked glorious in it. She looked so nice in it. Really suited her body shape and everything. But then she said to me, can you make me another one? And I'll give you some money for it. I was like, oh, okay, you don't have to give me any money for it. It can be your birthday present next year. So I'm going to worry about buying her a present. And she said, but can you make it more goth-like? I'm like, what? So anyway, I said, this is going to be a hard task because I have never found any viscose or drapey fabrics that have prints on them that are like kind of novelty. So with skulls on, or, you know, evil cats, or, you know, anything like that. I've not seen anything. The only fabric I've ever found is fabric that's made out of cotton or jerseys. So anyway, I found this fabric online, jersey fabric, and I thought it was perfect. It's got evil cats on it. She said she wanted some evil cats. That's what she'd get it. So I bought this sample for her, showed her. Like, what do you think? I said, it is in jersey though, because we're going to be really, I'm going to really struggle to find a fabric that's got evil cats on or skulls on that's not a cotton or stiff fabric. You need something drapey for this pattern. She's like, I don't want it in jersey. It will be fine. No, she doesn't like it. So anyone out there that maybe knows of fabric I can purchase that's drapey, nice and soft, flowy, that's going to maybe have some skulls or cats or gothic things on them, anything at all, any advice would be wonderful. I've not found anything. I've searched the internet. Everything that comes up is either in cotton or jersey. I'm at a loss. I don't know. I said to her, you're making me sweat here. You're making me sweat for this dress. I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, anyway, that's all I've got to talk about, I think. So, yeah. Oh, no, I'm lying again. So, you may have heard me say in previous vlogs about making a beautiful top out of this pink double gauze that I had. And it was called, I think it's called the Sard dress, Sard top, or it could be Sade, because I thought, oh, it looks a bit like the way that Sade writes her name. Could it be Sade? It could be the Sade blouse. That might be what it's called. And I've been calling it the Sard, or Sade. Where is it? Oh, let me find it. No, can't find it. Where are you gone? Anyway, I got it out, ready to trace off. There's no instructions in this. So where do we find the instructions? Where are the instructions? There's no instructions in the envelope. I looked at the front. Oh, find the instructions for making this simple blouse inside issue 49. Now, I didn't get this free with issue 49. I got this free with a different issue. So how the hell are they expecting us to make this? How the hell are they expecting us to make it without the instructions? And I looked at it and I thought I could try and attempt to make this without the instructions, but I don't know about those the little crissy-crossy things on the top of the sleeves and the split. I need instructions. Where do we get the instructions? I don't think this magazine, you can buy this magazine issue number 49 anymore. I've looked, I can't find anywhere that sells it. So what do we do? What do we do? Does anyone know where I can get the instructions for this? If you have the instructions, maybe would you take a picture of it and send it to me so I can get this made? I'm really frustrated. I really, really wanted to get this made out of that beautiful double gauze that I had, the pink double gauze. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put a thing up here, a card, so you can go back and have a little look at what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm so frustrated. Why is everything so hard? Anyway, It's just another one of those things, isn't it? I've always got something going on that's wrong. There's always something that's not quite going to plan with me. It's just my life. So yeah, that's all I've got to talk about. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed my waffle. And if you've liked, then please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, then please do subscribe. And yeah, I shall see you next time, next Friday, hopefully, for our Friday Sews. Thank you so very much, and have an amazing day, weekend, whatever you get up to. And as always, I'm sending you all so much love and light. Take care of yourselves. Bye.